Welcome to the Business Coffee Hour with William Garay Jr. We're coming to you live from the Pearland Podcast Studio located just south of Houston, Texas. This podcast, we're going to talk about the human side of entrepreneurship and leadership over a cup of coffee. I'm William Garay Jr. I served 13 years in the United States Army. I was an infantryman, so I did a little bit of mechanized with Bradley's out of Fort Stewart. Spent some time in San Antonio with the Wounded Warriors. And then I also finished my career at Fort Bragg as a paratrooper. That's where I sustained a pretty severe head trauma, and I had to exit the Army early. But through my career and on my journey, learned a lot through many different people about leadership, what great leadership can be, what poor leadership is. As I transitioned out and I came back home to Houston, I worked at a warehouse for a couple of years, really trying to find myself. How do I bring value? How do I become this leader? How do I fulfill my potential? And like most veterans or anyone who transitions out, who changes careers, I got lost, struggled a little bit. And what really helped me out was I rediscovered my mission in life. In the veteran community, we use the term Charlie Mike, which means continue mission. And that's what I did. I found a way to continue mission. And for me, it's about serving others. I live my life by a single quote by Leo Tolstoy, which is the sole meaning of life is to serve humanity. And that's what I do. I try to make sure I bring value to others and I serve them by helping them find their mission or by sharing stories of like minded people, sharing stories of how we can overcome our adversities. Because as humans, that's our greatest trait. As long as we don't quit, we can overcome whatever it is we're trying to chase or that's challenging us. And so throughout this podcast, what we'll do is we'll bring on guests, especially here, local, in our community, and we'll interview them and we'll ask them to share their stories of adversities and their triumphs. And we'll learn from them what it's like to be a leader because everyone is a leader. We don't think we may have the same characteristics as everyone else does, but that's great because we're not all alike. What it takes to be a leader is the examples of self development and self awareness. If you can learn more about yourself, that allows you to really come into your own and shine. And that's the best type of leader there is. One who does what is expected of them and others model that after. Because leadership is influence, nothing more and nothing less. And so even if we take a look at our socials, what are we influenced by? Those folks are leaders of their industry or of their craft or whatever it is that they may be doing. Now, that quote comes from John Maxwell, and we may cover some of him as well. I've just taken a very deep dive into leadership. As soon as I transitioned out, I learned that I'm the leader of my life, first and foremost. I'm the leader of my family, and I'm a leader of my community. And so it's on me to share those stories. So I hope you'll come back and hope you'll join us as we continue to interview others. I plan to share some of my insights as well, what I've learned, how I've overcome it, what makes me the expert in this. And I hope that you'll follow, that you'll listen, that you'll subscribe. And we hope to see you soon. Love you guys.